Happy Monday, everyone. I know Jay had a posting, and I knew last night when I saw it, or this morning when I woke up early, that there would be some emails that come in because this is WAX, and WAX is not an easy blockchain. So I'm going to go, you can watch the rest of the video on my instructions on how to unstake. You'll see that I had to make many cuts into it because it's not an easy blockchain. But there are a couple things I wanted to go over first. Number one, if you're using the Scatter wallet, make sure you have the latest. It's 12 point something. I had to update it on my computer, even though I'm using the Ledger. Number two, do not try to use Chrome, Brave. Use Firefox. You can try, but it's not going to work. My Brave and Chrome, the buttons didn't work, and I believe that's because of Chromium 91. Third, make sure that your Ledger firmware, if you're using a Ledger wallet, or any hardware device, the firmware is up to date. And that the app, the EOS app, is also up to date. And just be patient. When I first used Firefox and connected to my Ledger, it said it couldn't find the private keys. And I was like, well, they're on my Ledger. I know they are. So I went to Scatter, said, okay, maybe I have to go to Scatter, and then that's how I initially did it. I restarted things. I cleaned a bunch of things that were open on my computer. I would highly recommend restarting your computer if you run into that issue. It didn't see it when I first tried to connect. Then I cleaned things up, shut some things down, and it did see my Ledger private keys, and I was able to log in with Firefox. So if you're having issues, go to Firefox. Because of the Chrome 91 issue, I am using Firefox more and more for my crypto things, especially as we get closer to potentially selling things. So you can watch the rest of the video. It took a little bit of time to do and pieces, and so it doesn't run that smooth, but it gives you the information that you need. Thanks a lot. Hi, today we're going to go over how you can basically unstake your WAX. So if you want to go ahead and sell that out, I'll give a couple tricks that you want to do first to claim your WAX, and maybe sell a little bit of the memory, but we can kind of go over that. So first thing you're going to want to do is log in. You can see the price of WAX just has skyrocketed, and Jay gave us a little tip on that. So we're going to go to wallet. We're going to we can claim our rewards. You can see I have not logged in and claimed since July 29th, and right now it's August 23rd, 2021. Also, the votes, I'm down to 80%. I should be voting every week, and if I did, then that would be 100%, and I would be getting and earning more WAX. But haven't had a busy summer, so we're going to go ahead and claim our GBN rewards. Just to let you know, I am doing this on Firefox because of the Chrome 91 issue. I could not get my buttons to work on Brave or Chrome. So I'm going to try this on WAX, I'm going to try this on Firefox. So let's go ahead and claim first. I should see that jumping up. Oh yeah, here we go. Review transaction on my Ledger hardware wallet. I highly recommend that you always put everything on a hardware wallet. Sign transaction. And success. I was able to claim that. I'm going to claim my vote. Same thing, review transaction. Sign transaction. Okay, there we go. And this is just a helpful hint. I will be working with someone today who lost quite a bit of crypto. In fact, all of his crypto, because he did not put it on a hardware wallet. He did not do things like put extra 2FA on exchanges, meaning don't think that your cell phone and getting an SMS message is anything but insecure for your security. It's really sad for me to see people lose their crypto when they could just easily put things in place where you need a hardware key to unlock your crypto on an exchange, and it's virtually impossible for someone to have your hardware key unless they break into your house. But that's another story. You can look at my cybersecurity class for more information on that. So we have, and that was not supposed to be a plug. It's just, it saddens me because there are actually 2 people this week that have contacted me that have lost things. So, as crypto heats up, so do the scammers. Okay, back to this. So we have claimed our rewards. We will see if we have any. I bought some RAM earlier, like well over a year ago. I believe I sold that out and I put that on a video. But what we have is, if you want to sell some of your RAM before, if you decide you're going to clean everything out of this wallet, what you can do is you can see that there is that many bytes, equaling basically 2.15 wax, and available is 2.89. So if I wanted to, and I wanted to get a little bit more wax out, I could say I want to take, actually that's just 2 bytes. So they're doing it in bytes. There used to be a way to convert it, and maybe they have taken that away. But if I wanted to do, let's just say I wanted to do 75% and leave 25%, I could sell this RAM and get everything out when I'm ready to sell. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that RAM in there because I might need it for unstaking. Now, because I am part of the Genesis block of coins, when I unstake this, I'm going to lose a huge earning percentile, a higher percent, because it's part of the Genesis staking side of things. So I know people had some of the Genesis staking, they unstaked it, and then they tried to stake it again, and they were like, oh wow, the earnings really plummeted. So just know that if you're taking this off, don't just do it willy-nilly to try it. Only do it if it's something that you're really planning on doing. So we're going to go ahead, and everything that I have except for what I just claimed is staked. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unstake. And what I want to do is see the, this is the little tricky part. You can't see this little arrow. And when I've done this before, I've looked at it and said, okay, I tried to do all the unstaking of my CPU and .NET, and I forgot that I needed to click on this little window and bring this down. So this is how much is staked. And you know what? Also, don't do a copy and paste, because I've tried that before, and these are not numbers. It's weird, but if you try to do a copy and paste, you'll get in here, you'll say unstake, and it will give you an error. So just go ahead, do it the old-fashioned way. 369.76949,890. Just check that CPU. It's going to be a little bit different just because. Okay, and now I'm going to do the .NET. I'm going to take everything, 85365.79109840. Okay, make sure my ledger did not time out. Nope, it didn't. And I'm going to go ahead and unstake. It's going to go through and ask me a bunch of questions. Review. sign transaction, and I want to see that little green bar. Okay, CPU is greater than the maximum bill. Okay, so what I need to do is take some of that CPU off, I believe, and so we're going to leave. We're going to just try that. Build CPU is greater than the maximum billable CPU time for the transaction. Okay, I'm going to pause this and take a look and see what I can find out. Okay, did a little bit of research, probably not enough, but just from the error, I just tried to unstake 20,000 WAX, and as you can see, it was successful. So I'm going to do it little by little. You know, this is a tricky one, and I've seen this before in the ZOS kind of blockchain, and they've had issues with this prior, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to unstake again. So we're now down to, I'm going to do 35,000. I'm going to unstake, review transaction, and if we have to do it little by little, well, then I guess I have way too much. And that's okay. Maybe doing the CPU and the .NET side of things screwed things up. I don't know, but I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to do not. I'm going to try to do 50. Unstake. Oh, see, this is the error that you get when you did not select that account. So we're going to do unstake. Okay, here's another supplement that I'm going to throw into the middle of the video. The issue wasn't necessarily that I didn't have the pull down of the account. The issue was you can't have nothing in a field. You have to have a number. So that error and the future errors that you'll see in this video, you need to put a 0 if you don't want to have anything taken out of CPU, or you need to put a 0 if you have .NET and you're trying to whittle this amount away. So just know that a 0 needs to be there instead of nil. This is nil and this is 0. There is a big difference. Now back to the video. Stake. Asset must begin with a number. It is a number, but let's just see. I hope 5 is a number. Asset must begin with a number. So we're going to wax. We're going to put in, and this is good to know for other people that might have this issue. If you're going to unstake CPU, maybe you have to do .NET at the same time or vice versa. Okay, well, save some CPU, and that's good to know because I don't know why they would have it that way. Okay, I'm going to interrupt the middle of this video and kind of save you some time and edit a bunch of stuff out. Basically, the bottom line is you need to leave some RAM available so that you can do transactions. You need to use or leave some CPU. You can see from the earlier part of the video, the percentage of CPU used was much lower, and you need to leave some wax in there. I'm going to leave 69. I may cut that down a little bit, but I'm running out. I mean, it's 82% of CPU being used, and I have not fully unstaked my wax, and I have not sent it out. And then the net, I'm leaving some, and that's 0%. So maybe I'll take that down a little bit. But basically, it is however much wax you have, you can whittle it down so that you can leave some and, you know, be cognizant of the percentage of CPU that you have. Don't put it 100%. Because that is 100% of usage, and you may be running into problems when you want to connect to the net and send things, or just do some unstaking or processing. So, you know, whittle it down And just know that you can take it bit by bit. One of the other things that I wanted to show you is your refund timing. The last stake that I took off, I guess, was at 8:07 this morning, but I started like at 6 or so. And that it will, I started August 23rd, 2021. The expected refund, it's not really done by seconds, it's done by blocks, but this is kind of an estimate, is August 26th, 2021, which is 3 days. So I need to wait 3 days for this stake to be released. And once it's released, then I can send it off to wherever I want. So I just wanted to put this little snippet in, and I'm going to edit a bunch of stuff out, so you may see it jump around, but that's the bottom line, down in increments, so it doesn't give you that nasty little error. And on with the video. Okay, as it appears, they want us to keep a certain amount of wax in. It seems like 300 wax is way too much, but I'm just going to do what they want. So at this point, we will, and I might unstake some more and swap it out, but I want to make sure that I have enough CPU staked and net as well as RAM to send this stuff off. So we're going to look at the refund. This will not be grayed out when I can send all this wax out, which is going to be August 26th, so about 3 days from now. I'm going to wrap this up, and maybe I'll do a final one on the 26th, but I know Jay put wax out as a, you'll see the posting. I'm not going to tell you. There you go. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.